Hey guys, so this is section 8.1.2, how to cancel execution with uh, require function. All right. So on the right, we have this app that allows a user to select a language. So it's a select input, and then type in your name. It's a text input, right? And then there's an error message, subscript out of bounds. So that's what it messages when you start an app, right? So when you start an app, it starts with an error message. Um, you don't want that, right? So let's look at the code on the left. So as we expected, there's a select input function, text input function, and then there's a text output, right? And on the server side, we have a greeting output, right? And we use a paste function here. And one thing that I want to draw your attention to is this greetings vector. So greeting is defined here. So greeting has two elements here, hello and kia ora. And their English and Maori, those are names. We're adding names to the elements here so that here, when we create greetings output, we can access the element of the greetings vector with its name. That's what we're seeing here, greetings and double brackets, and whether it's English or Maori. Okay, so let me show you that here in our studio. So let's say uh, you create greetings object. So we have hello and what was it? Kia ora. I'm not even sure whether I'm pronouncing this correctly. So greetings looks like this, hello and kia ora, right? Now, we can also name these elements in the vector. So if we were to uh, provide English and what is it? Maori, Maori, right? And then if you print greetings, you can see each element has a name. Why is this important? Because we can use names uh, to access element here. So if you look at the code here, greetings and the double brackets and whatever the language the user chooses, right? So let's say that you choose English, right? Then it returns hello. And that is what's going to print here in the app, okay? So uh, if the user chooses English, then it's going to print hello and whatever the name that user printed here in the app. All right, so let's do this together. Okay, so let's save this as section 2, right? And then let's delete all, and let's type Shiny app. And again, we have a select input and text input, right? So select input, and then you can see that here. So let me zoom in for you guys here. So here, input ID, label, and choices, right? So input ID, what do we want? Language. So language and the label. If you look at here, language with uppercase L, and choices. We already know it was English and Maori. And then the text input, you can see that, what is it, input ID, label, those are the two mandatory arguments. So input ID, what we want, name, oh, there's X here. So expected comma after expression, right? So if we have to put that, name for input ID, and then uppercase N, right, name, that will be the label, right? Two mandatory arguments there. And then we have text output. And what do we want to name this? Greetings, right? And then down here, server, we want to uh, have output and greetings, right? This input ID should match this one right here, right? I'm sorry, the output ID, right? Not input ID, output ID here. Um, and then what is the matching function for text output, right? So always use cheat sheet, right? So text output, the matching function is render text, right? Render text. So render text, right? And then we need to create this output, paste 0, and then so we need to have either hello, right, or um, what was hello in Maori? Uh, kia ora, right? Kia ora. So here we have um, so we have to have greetings, right? Greetings, but we need to define this first. So we need say greetings, which we haven't defined yet, right? So greetings and double bracket, and then input, and then the ID here will be language. Input ID here is language. So it is going to take either English or Maori, depending on the user's choice, right? And what we want here is, depending on English or Maori, the app should print hello or kia ora, right? So that is why we need to create this greetings object, right? So here we're going to have English, that will be hello, and Maori, that will be kia ora, right? So if user chooses English, right, then this will return hello, otherwise kia ora, right? And it should also print the name, right? So do we want to have comma and space before the name, right? So here we have input, and the input ID here is name. And what do we have X here? Unexpected token input, unexpected token $sign. Okay, what do we miss? Greetings. Oh, we missed comma after this, right? So did we? Or they didn't. The textbook code doesn't have the comma, so it'll be just hello, and then the name without comma in between. Oh, and there's also exclamation mark. So yeah, it doesn't really matter, right? We want to have comma or not after the greetings, and let's put exclamation mark, right? So let's run this app. Okay, right. I was expecting an error message here, but the default value here is already English. That's not what we wanted. So let's see. Let's bring up the documentation for select input, right? Input ID label the choices. So maybe app is being confused. Its choices not selected. So selected is for the default value, initial value. So selected, the initially selected value. Okay, so yeah, initial value should be null. Keeps showing up. Oh, I see. So so textbook code has this um, empty value in addition to English and Maori. Okay, um, or I think we can also provide. Uh, no, it is already should be already no. Okay, yeah. So as a textbook example, so initial value here is the first choice here. So uh, we're going to put one empty value, and then the initial value will be this empty, right? And this empty value is not uh, one of the names in greetings object. So again, we expect to see this error. Yeah, subscript out of bounds because the initial value in language is it's empty, right? Um, so the solution for this is we provide a condition So nothing happens until this condition is true. So condition here is um, the language and the name. So we provide this require function here, right? What this does is, as you can see here on the right side, uh, so when the app starts, so on the far left here, it doesn't have the error message, right? And then user chooses the language and then provide a name, and then it prints, right? So that's what this require function does, right? It doesn't execute until this two condition meets. And the two condition here is the user providing the language and the name, right? So that is the solution here. So let's close this. And where do we put this require function? Um, inside, inside. So this is very important. This require function should be should go into a reactive environment, like render text here. So right here, require, and the two condition is input language, input name, right? So we run this, and then it shouldn't print the error message here, and it doesn't execute until uh, I provide these values for both language and name. So hello, Daniel, right? Cool. I'll see you in the next video.